Hey guys, well, have I got some juicy information for you guys. It has been so long since I've been able to give any new information about medbeds, and today, boy oh boy, have I got some juicy stuff for you. I've been telling everybody that the only new information will be to tell people the beds are available. I was wrong. I was wrong. Wrong. Very wrong. So, let's get started. Alright. 3 types of beds. Okay, now, the first bed it looks very plain and simple. Just like a fancy kind of hospital bed without the side railings. You lay on it, and the image that was on the quantum computer screen after your scan and what you decided to do, healing and change this, change that, whatever you decided to do, when you lay on this bed, that image is holographically directly above you. So you're laying on your back looking at your image directly above you, so that image is looking back at you. Bit creepy, I know. Now, that image, I don't know the scientific part of it, okay, so please don't ask me exactly how it works and what system, what energy it uses. I don't know. My brain don't do science, okay? I have the scientific brain of probably a 9-year-old kid. I don't do science, okay? I wasn't gifted with that kind of information or that kind of intelligence. Okay, so the image is holographic and it's staring straight back at you, full size, full body. So the top of the head of the image will be the top of your head and the feet will be your feet, directly above you completely. That image that is looking at you, that you have decided from your scan and the internal systems, everything like that, your body is copied directly to that image. Okay, now this is where it gets a little creeped out and weird. You will feel a tingling and vibration of your entire body as it's being healed or organs regrown, whatever, and you can be completely awake. Completely awake. Now remember, all my information has been on the old med beds from the Secret Space program. I had no idea about the new updated beds, and this is it. Okay, this is it. So you're laying on the bed with your holographic image above you, and your body is vibrating because your body is being healed. Your body's, what is that? Sorry, motel dramas. Your body's being healed directly from, or copied directly from, this particular holographic image that you agreed to and decided on in your scan appointment. Okay, now all 3 beds, okay, you can stay awake. You can be fully conscious, fully awake. Now, if you are anxious, okay, the bed, the quantum part of the bed the mattress that you're laying on, okay, the mat or whatever it is that you're laying on, will send signals to your brain to calm your brain. Now, if you are claustrophobic, really anxious, really scared, it will just keep calming your brain until you are calm. This may even mean that you go into a light sleep. So there's no drugs, there's no needles, there's no sedatives, there's no gas, there's nothing. It's the bed, okay, that you're laying on that sends signals to your brain to calm, so you're not going to get anxious or anything halfway through the procedure. Now, the second bed, this one's a little bit more involved. Okay, now all 3 beds can do everything. Okay, now we'll get to the third bed, which is the age regression specific bed. Okay, we'll get to that. That's the third bed. The second bed is similar to the first one. However, you have, instead of the holographic image above you, there's this curved beam that goes over and under the bed. Okay, now this beam moves up and down your body over the top of you. Okay, it's something like 1.5 meters above you as you're laying on the bed. It's a full circular beam. Okay, and it moves above, you know, from the top down, and it just keeps on going until whatever it is that you have decided you need doing or changing or healing is complete. Again, if you're anxious, the bed will calm your mind, calm your brain, so that you are relaxed and or sleeping, whatever. Okay, so the 3 beds do all of that. Now, it's not so spooky, this one. You will still feel vibrations. Okay, you'll still feel whatever part of your body is vibrating, like almost like a little tickle, or a very gentle tickle. Okay, they don't want you up and laughing and jumping around. Now, the 3rd bed is like an encapsulated egg shape. I don't even know if I said that right. It's an egg shape, and you lay in the egg. Okay, now the bottom half, so from the top of the bed to the floor, is completely covered in, and from the top of the bed to the top is like a glass. It's not glass, it's something else, but it's see-through. Okay, it's like glass. Okay, now this bed does everything the other 2 beds do, except this one is specific for age regression. So if you're having age regression, a limb regrown, a kidney regrown, your diabetes disappeared, your heart valve repaired, that hip replacement got rid of and regrown, the age regression bed does all of that, all of it. Okay, it's the same thing. Now, the other 2 beds will not be doing age regression. Okay, this one has the particular technology for age regression. Now, how long do procedures take? Okay, so this is interesting, because I was going off the information I had from the Secret Space program, okay, which was kind of like the newer Secret Space program, not the really old technology, but the newer ones. This information is for the updated public beds. Okay, so how long do procedures take? For a full set of new teeth, depending on what other health conditions you have, is 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, age regression. If you are age regressing 30 plus or 30 years, you are looking at 3 to 5 hours, depending on what else you're having done. What else you're having done. So if, for example, for myself, okay, I'm 43. If I was age regressing, and I have to do the math quickly in my head, which I'm not thinking, if I was age regressing 20 years, I would go back to 23. Okay. There's nothing really wrong with me except a few bone injuries from riding horses. So I'm looking at about 3 hours, my whole procedure done. The 15 hours was based on the old technology, 3 hours the new technology. Okay. It depends on each individual person as to the timing of your procedure. Okay. Somebody much older, say in their late 80s, that have a lot of health issues, a lot of things that basically need an entire new body that also wants age regression, they might be there for 6 or 7 hours, but the general is 3 to 5 hours. Okay. It just depends on each individual person and their condition. Okay. Now, the rooms for the med beds, and this is the same for the animal healing chambers. Okay, exactly the same. The rooms need to be quite large, very large, actually. Okay, so I've always said, look at a standard operating room in a hospital. We're looking at almost double that per bed. Now, on the walls, they will install this particular type of material that has energy, frequency, technology in it, which powers the med beds and assists in the med beds doing what they do. Okay, it's a very specific material that that they need to use. Okay, so when the med beds, the technology is installed in your center, they will also install this material on the walls. Now, when you go to the conference, that hasn't changed. You must attend a conference if you are wanting to have med beds or animal healing chambers in your projects. You have to attend. Okay, the people who are funding the centers must attend, not the managers or staff or a partner. You, if you sign for the funding, you are the one that needs to attend. Okay, at this conference you will receive all the details, okay, about the size of the rooms and everything that is needed per med bed, and responsibilities and security and everything. Okay, that's absolute mandatory. No conference, no technology. Okay, they're not going to give it to you if you don't understand it, if you don't have the relevant information. Okay, now here we go, we get to a bit more juicy information. In 6 to 8 weeks following the release of the funding, the med beds and animal healing technologies will be announced to the public. Okay, they'll be announced to the public. Okay, become public awareness of the technology. Not available, but made aware of this technology. A further 6 to 8 weeks after that happens, they will start taking the public to be healed. Now, this will start with those on life support, those that literally are about to be 6 feet under. Okay, so, you know, only have a few days left for a heart transplant or kidney transplant, or about to die, brain dead, you know, the people that, yeah, the Grim Reaper's about to come and get, you know, or Anubis, okay, those people, Osiris, god of the underworld, okay, god of the dead, alright, those people will be taken from hospitals and from their private care homes to be healed in the med beds. Okay, now the military will be in charge of this. Okay, the military will be doing this until the humanitarians are prepared and ready to take over, and their centers are ready, the staff is trained, ready to go. Okay, so it will all be the military first, and then the military will hand it over to us, the humanitarians. Okay, and then once, you know, the nearly dead are healed, then they will start opening up for the next group of people, which will be the second level of nearly dead people. Okay, and everybody will be triaged. Okay, so, and it will just continue on from there. Alright, now, how long you have to wait will depend on your condition and how many people is in your area that want to use the beds, because not everybody will. Remember, a lot of people think that this is a cult and it's demonic and they don't exist, and oh, we don't have long-term results, so therefore I'm not going to use it, or it's extraterrestrial technology, therefore it's from Satan and it's there to steal your soul and whatever. Whatever. You don't want to be healed, so that's your choice. You want to wait for more testimonies and to see if people are okay and still alive after a while. That's fine. Okay, it's your choice. Absolutely your choice what you do. Okay, so it'll just keep on going until everybody who wants to be healed is healed. You will still be required to elevate yourself, okay, in order to use this technology. Okay, so just because you have been diagnosed with cancer does not mean you're going to jump in a bed straight away. Okay, the funny thing is, these guys do not mind if you think that the next breath is your last before putting you in a bed. They will wait until you have made an effort to heal yourself before you get treatment. Because the med beds are being used not to heal people physically. That's just the tip of the iceberg. But to teach people to take responsibility for their own lives, for their own healing, which in turn elevates their consciousness. Okay, that's the whole role of the beds. It's not there to heal you. It's not there to remove toxins and poisons. We can all do that now. Okay, as long as you are making the best effort that you can possibly make to look after yourself and to heal yourself, and to be starting to move into your heart space, then you will be healed. If you choose not to make an effort, then that is your active choice to not be healed. Okay, these guys don't care for feelings or emotions. They care for you elevating your consciousness and moving forward with your life. Okay, that's what they care about. So emotions and all don't even come into it. Now, training. Now, this was something else that I received, the new training information. So, for a medbed operator to be fully trained to use the technology, okay, remember, your length of training also depends on your current medical knowledge, okay, and biology knowledge and all of that, and how to handle patients and things like that. The actual med bed training, okay, will be 6 months. Now, 3 of those months will be an intensive spiritual training. Intensive spiritual training. Okay, 3 months intensive spiritual training. 2 months will be live-in working with the beds, okay, which will also include spiritual and biology and how to move patients safely, because you're not just going to have everybody walking. You're going to have people with spinal issues and injuries. You're going to have people that's on life support and can't assist you in any way. So the other month is for that. Okay, so it is 6 months intensive. Any more training would be because you don't have much knowledge or background in health and science and biology and things like that. Okay. The same applies to the animal healing chambers, exactly the same. So during that training of the actual med beds, you will also be trained to use the animal healing chambers. Okay. So you'll be using both. You'll be training on both, learning to handle animals as well as people. Okay. Again, it will depend on your previous experience. All right, why do we need that spiritual training as well? Because the beds have their own consciousness. No, this is not AI. It's not evil. You can connect with this technology telepathically. Okay, so if you are telepathic and you are operating a medbed, you don't even have to press any buttons or on a computer or nothing like that. You just connect with it telepathically, consciously, and that will operate the machine. If you yourself want to be healed, or let's just say you want to change your eye color, just something simple, or grow your hair, change your hair color, or bulk up a bit with muscles, or slim down a little bit, you just jump in the bed, lay on the bed, and think. Okay, and think, imagine, picture what you want. Tell it what you want through your mind and your thoughts. That operates the bed. If you are not spiritually minded in your heart space, then you will have to press buttons on a keyboard. Okay, this is why we need to be spiritually mature, because this technology holds an insane amount of responsibility. It's the same amount of responsibility as taking home the codes to a nuclear weapon. And I mean that. It's the same responsibility as taking home the codes to a nuclear weapon. It is very easy for somebody who is not in the heart space or high spiritual development to abuse or misuse the medbed technology. Therefore, only those who are responsible enough and trained to as high a standard will be able to use them and operate them. Okay, so a lot of people will be saying, well, what's the standard? Okay, am I there yet? You won't know how close you are to it until you actually start doing it. Okay, until your training begins. Alrighty, because the quantum system will tell you whereabouts you are and what you need to do in order to be compatible with this technology. Okay, so the good news, you don't have 6 to 8 months to wait after funding. The military will start treating patients approximately 2 to 3 months after funding. Okay, so if you are very much on death's door, then you don't have long to wait at all. Okay, again, it just depends on when funding becomes available as to when the 2 to 3 months begins. Alright, I hope this really helps, and yeah, it is good news, updated information, and I got to have a look at the different types of beds and see what they're all about, and really cool, really cool. But there's going to be a lot more information come out in the next few weeks. So sit tight, and we're definitely on the cusp of this actually happening. So stay tuned. It's going to be a wild ride, a happy wild ride, not a screaming wild ride, a happy wild ride, and it's going to be so much fun. Okay, so lots and lots and lots to look forwards to, a lot to look forward to. Okay, so everyone who's losing a bit of hope, look within your heart, because this is about to come to this planet. Finally after all these years, it's about to happen, and this is great news. So everybody enjoy. I'm going to go inside because it's getting cold. It is actually getting cold. It looks like it might storm. Who knows? And have a great day, everyone. Okay, bye. Okay guys, I just forgot to mention, in all 3 beds you can remain awake. It depends on the procedure you're having. The more detailed or the more critical the procedure and the more lengthy the procedure, the more you will need to sleep. Okay, so if you're just having something simple done or a general healing, you can stay wide awake. If you're having age regression or something, you know, limb regrown or something like that, then the bed will put you to a light sleep. Okay, it's not all everyone goes to sleep or everyone stays awake. Okay, again, it depends on the procedure and the length of time and your anxiety level. Okay, especially children will probably go into a very light sleep to have them completely healed or something like that. Same with elderly and dementia, and you know, each person will be assessed differently and the bed will know exactly what you need. Okay, so don't think you're going to be laying there for 3 to 5 hours having age regression wide awake. Age regression is one thing that you will go to sleep for. A light sleep, not a very heavy sleep, just a light sleep. Alright, I just had to add that on.